Hey Fruit Bats, it's Frilly Banana Girl here. Welcome to another episode. So today's video is on new Belgium Health Minister Maggie de Blok. There is a huge amount of controversy surrounding her being the health minister. So this is just a news article here. Is she too fat to be a health minister? Critics attack 20-stone woman leading Belgium's battle against obesity. Critics say Health Minister Maggie de Blok does not set the right example to be worrying about other people's fitness. And they have a very good point as far as I'm concerned. So she's leading the battle of the bulge. She's 20 stone and I would say heavier than 20 stone. She's been put in charge of the public health and she's come under fire for being too fat for the job. Among her duties as Belgium's new Minister of Public Health, Maggie de Blok is tasked with tackling obesity. And Belgium definitely has some weighty issues with nearly 50% of the population overweight. So just a disclaimer before I get into this is not at all about this lady's personality. I don't know her as a person. She's probably a lovely person. This is just an important observation. This is an important topic to discuss. It's a real issue, okay? Obesity is basically wiping out the world's population. And something that is definitely a pet peeve of mine is that in this world that is obviously getting fatter and fatter and fatter, anytime you mention obesity or weight-related health issues, you automatically get labeled a fat shamer. You're a horrible person, you're a fat shamer. Or I'm a skinny bitch and I'm a fat shaming skinny bitch. And it's just so it's frustrating. Because I actually care. I actually give a shit about the population, about the health of the people around me, about the direction which this planet is going in. You know, tell me, how can we actually solve the obesity epidemic? How can we solve these health issues if we can't even talk about the problem? How can we find a solution if we can't talk about the problem? So if you think I'm some fat shaming bitch, well, you know where you can stick that opinion. Okay, let's get on with it. So it's important to note that Maggie was actually a doctor for 25 years. So the question naturally comes up, why is she obese if she is an expert on health? The reality is she is not an expert in health, not in true health, or else she would be the healthy example herself. And then the question comes up, is she suitable? Is a morbidly obese individual suitable to oversee legislation, recommendations, and guidelines about the nation's health? I absolutely do see a problem with a morbidly obese health minister. And if you don't, then I'm shocked. Because obviously she needs to be looking after her own health in order to lead a country into good health. So Maggie has been defiant when it comes to her weight and is not backing down. And I actually agree with one of the commenters saying rather than being defiant, she should be stating publicly that she is determined to lose weight for health reasons and her journey should be shared as encouragement to others. I absolutely agree because you have to be that healthy example. How do you expect other people to listen to your teachings about health when you're not healthy and in shape yourself? Essentially, it's like the government employing a bankrupt finance minister. It doesn't make sense. And some of you might be like, oh, she's qualified, she'll be fine, she'll be excellent for the position. But the real issue is here, how can she see obesity as a public health issue when she is obese herself? And obviously doesn't know what diet and lifestyle to implement and to recommend in order to correct that. So I'm wondering, how can the people of Belgium have confidence in her to take the nation's health issues seriously when she doesn't appear to be doing that herself? And this happens a lot in society and it's becoming more and more of an issue. I remember once going to a naturopath college and the receptionist was actually obese. The people who were working there were obese and the head of the college who I had an interview with was morbidly obese. And I remember my mum and I we were shocked because we're like, but you're meant to be healthy. You're teaching health. How can you be morbidly obese? And, you know, she was a lovely woman and that's not to do with that. It's just the fact that you need to be that healthy example if you want to teach health. And I know some of you will be saying, but skinny people get sick too. There's anorexics who are really unhealthy. And that's true. But if we look at America, for instance, over 800 people die every single day from obesity-related illness. And then we look at the polar opposite. We look at people with anorexia. The death toll is about 250 per year. So we've got over 800 per day or 250 per year. So where should we be putting our focus? It's kind of like focus on pulling out some weeds in the backyard, a few weeds, when there's like a wildfire sweeping through. Obviously, we need to focus on what is an immediate threat to our population. So statistics show that those who are over their healthy, optimal weight for their bodies are increasing their risk of all the major diseases: cancer, stroke, diabetes, gout, to name a few. All the nasty stuff that you don't want to be a part of. So we need to be able to discuss the correlation between weight and disease if we want to truly help others. I'm all about loving yourself, self-love, feeling your best, and that's why I promote the lifestyle that I do. However, the reality is the fat acceptance movement is not helping people get healthier, it's helping people stay in denial. And do I think people should be, screamed out that you're a fatty and you're disgusting and all of that? No, I am not saying that at all. What I'm saying is we should be able to discuss the topic of obesity, of people's weight being a problem for their health without being labeled a fat shamer. Okay, Fruit Bats, so that's my thoughts on this matter. Leave your comments down below. Do you think Maggie is too fat to be a health minister, or do you think she is fine? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to go fruit or root yourself. And if you agree with me on this video, give us a thumbs up, and I will see you soon.